In the tradition of the church through the ages, for those who are able, please rise for the reading of the gospel. Then came the festival of dedication at Jerusalem. It was winter. Jesus was in the temple courts, walking in Solomon's colonnade. The Jews who were there gathered around him, saying, "How long will you keep us in suspense? If you are the Messiah, tell us plainly." Jesus answered, "I did tell you. You did not believe. The works I do in my Father's name testify about me, but you do not believe because you are not my sheep. My sheep listen to my voice. I know them. They follow me. I give them eternal life, and they shall never perish. No one will snatch them out of my hand. My Father who has given them to me is greater than all. No one can snatch them out of my Father's hand. I and the Father are one." This ends the gospel. You may be seated. Many Americans, even those who don't proclaim to be Christians, consider Psalm 23 one of their favorite passages. But it's not usually read or preached on Sunday mornings, with its images of shepherd, and still quiet waters, and overflowing cups. It seems somehow reserved for funerals and memorial services. And you know, I can't think of a memorial service or a celebration of life that I've done in all the years I've been pastoring that didn't include the 23rd Psalm. And I think maybe the reason that it's done so much at funerals and not on Sunday mornings is because of our culture that seems to find leisure somehow almost sinful. Every waking moment needs to be productive, and even sleep can be considered a luxury. We're too much like the young man who approached the foreman of the logging crew and asked for a job. "That depends," replied the foreman. "Let me see you cut this tree." The young man stepped forward and skillfully felled the great tree. The foreman exclaimed, "You're hired. You start Monday." Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday rolled by. Thursday afternoon, the foreman said to the young man, "You can pick up your paycheck on your way out today." "Don't you pay on Fridays?" "Well, we usually do, but I have to let you go because you're falling behind. Our daily felling charts show that you fell from first place on Monday to last place today." "But I'm a hard worker. I come to work first every day. I'm the last one to go home. I even work through my coffee breaks." Recognizing the young man's sincerity, the foreman thought about it for a moment and then asked, "Have you been sharpening your axe?" "I've been too busy working to do that." Psalm 23 is a reminder we need to sharpen our axes. But we don't do that. Instead of taking a Sabbath, a day of rest, we find ourselves like a rabbit in Lewis Carroll's Alice in Wonderland, or Through the Looking Glass, whichever one title you prefer, who says, I'm late for a very important thing. No time to say hello, goodbye, I'm late. We are, it seems, always busy people, always in a hurry, who quake in fear at the sound of silence. So why then is this psalm with images of still water, tranquility, and peace so popular? And I think that's why. Tranquility, still waters, and peace. Let's look a little closer. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. I've got it all in God. I have everything I need. I want for nothing. I have food. I have shelter. I have rest. I have safety. And God provides it all. I'm content to simply be. My body and soul are at peace maketh me to lie down in green pastures. I'm secure. I'm cared for. I'm perfectly free to simply lie here, looking up at the blue sky, enjoying the peace and beauty that surround me as I bask in the warmth of God's sun. He leads me beside the still waters. Now there is an image of peace and tranquility for you. Still waters. How often in our busy running around trying to get everything done lives do we long to just sit beside the lake? Not fishing, not swimming, not loading the boat or unloading the boat, just sitting, soaking up the peace and quiet that God gives us. Solitude, intentionally taking time away from others to be alone with God, is a good thing. And let me make it clear, I'm talking about solitude, not loneliness. They are two entirely different things. Loneliness is one of the most heart-wrenching feelings you can experience. And you don't have to be alone to feel alone. You can be lonely in a crowd. Our biggest cities are full of lonely people. Because loneliness has nothing to do with the number of people around you. It has to do with your relationship to those people. Solitude, on the other hand, is an opportunity to reflect on how much we are loved and cared for by other people and by God. And I think maybe it's that knowledge of the presence of God in our lives in times of solitude that helps us to differentiate the two. I would suggest that a lot of those people who are lonely because they don't seem to be aware of God's presence in their life. Maybe they're unbelievers. Or maybe no one's ever shown them the presence of God. And so when we visit those folks, whether they be in their own home or a nursing home or a hospital or wherever we are, we become to them the presence of God. We are the voice of Christ, an answer to prayer. A study some years ago by the American College of Life Insurance reported that the most lonely group in America are, take a guess. Who are the loneliest people in America?
Seniors people.
What?
Business people. Business people.
Business people? No.
Seniors?
No.
Hermits?
No.
Unhappily married.
The loneliest people in America, believe it or not, are college students. Next on the list was divorced people, welfare recipients, single mothers, rural students, housewives, and then the elderly. And to point out how lonely people can be, Charles Swindoll, some years ago, mentioned an ad in a Kansas newspaper that said, "I will listen to you talk for 30 minutes without comment for $5. Sounds like a hoax, doesn't it? But it's not. It was a very real ad. And it wasn't long before this person was receiving 10 or 20 calls a day. The pain of loneliness was so sharp that people were willing to try anything for half-hour companionship. Unlike loneliness, which invites bitterness and hopelessness, solitude, that time beside the still waters, invites reflection and prayer. Solitude takes us away from the world the way we know it and gives us a glimpse of the way it can be, the way it will be. Beside the still waters, the shepherd revives my soul. Because he's brought me to where I need to be. I have new life. With the shepherd leading my way, guiding my every step, I walk fearlessly even through the valley of the shadow of death. Isaiah bemoans the fact that we all went wandering like sheep, going every one of us after his own desire. lost, and we're running around seeking to fill that hole down in the bottom of our soul. Hurry and busyness have become our reason for living. Constant noise, chaos, confusion keep us agitated. We work to accumulate more and more stuff just to find out that it takes more time, more effort, and more money to take care of that more and more stuff and to use it. Is it any wonder we feel lost? Is it any wonder it sometimes seems like our lives are just pouring out of that hole in the bottom of our soul that I mentioned? And then the Good Shepherd, the risen Christ, comes to us, calls our name softly, assures us that we're loved and forgiven. We find contentment walking with him as he leads us beside the still waters. Peace is ours as the Prince of Peace leads us to green pastures and says, be still, lie down. In a world filled with enemies, he prepares for a feast for us, and our cup overflows. The hole in the bottom of our soul is filled, and we shall not want. In the winter that he was 9 years old, Frank Wright, the architect, was walking across a snowfield, a snow-covered field, with his reserved, no-nonsense uncle. When he got to the far end, his uncle turned around and said, look at our tracks. Look at mine, straight and true as an arrow's flight. And your tracks, Frank, they wandered all over the field. To the woods, to the cattle, to the fence, and back again. My tracks, like I said, straight to the point. There's a lesson in that. Years later, the architect would tell people that experience had greatly contributed to his philosophy in life. I determined right then, he'd say, with a twinkle in his eye, not to miss most things in life as my uncle had. As you walk with the shepherd, may he show you life in all its goodness and abundance. May your walk bring you goodness and mercy. And may you dwell in the house of the Lord forever.